All right.
All right.
Let's go ahead and get started. So tell me when you got all your stuff put up, Corey.
While
Yeah.
you're waiting, I'll go into our intro. Welcome to the Natural Wonders.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So last we joined the party, they had armed I quote armed, I should say, with signs and makeshift weapons, a rebellion.
We armed them with willpower.
Yeah, the
And bad
strength of
ideas.
heart, the strength of heart, and during the planned execution of five allegedly guilty members of people in various states of rebellion against the king, Audric threw a sausage into the crowd, into the guards, and started this riot. And it went about as well as you would expect a very unprepared, un unarmored or unarmed and unarmored riot to go, in that it was like an absolute slaughter. Lots of people were killed and injured. The one redeeming quality that Audric and Flowers had is that beforehand they scouted out a side passage exit along the square, down some of the back alleys, and they were able to lead some people out of the slaughter. And as they made their way out of the back alleys, back near the Foamy Mug, that's when they encountered Gavin Duststone, the member of the League of the Lesser,
Okay.
and that's where we ended. So, before we get started, we like to roll on the life events table. So, Jason, are you ready to go first?
We're doing the life events again?
Yeah, another life event. And we got to flesh out that backstory.
Yeah, let me pull it, or I guess I can just roll and you can tell me what it is.
Yes.
I do not have permission to send messages to this channel, by the way.
So it's D100.
Yes.
D100. 63. Isn't that like
63.
what I rolled last time?
Wait, if I remember right, 63 was a boring one.
Yes. You spent time working in a job related to your background. You start the game with an extra 2d6 gold. You can keep that one if you want and go into detail about maybe what kind of job you did, or you can roll again on something more interesting.
Well, I mean, it can fit into my backstory, I guess.
Well, I got gold. I mean,
Come on.
Yeah, all right, so roll 2d6 then.
6.
All right, so you got 6 gold.
Wait.
What
Are
job?
you rolling like on an app or on your phone or?
I'm rolling in the roleplay channel on Discord.
Oh, okay, I
Yes.
see now.
Boris.
Yes. So, what exactly job did you have?
Well, after I had my falling out at the magical college, I fell into a life of crime to get by on the hard streets of Corholt.
Okay.
I was living in the old Brown until some dingus burned it down, and so that kind of displaced me. And
Okay.
I would just take odd jobs here and there, whatever it was, just to help me get by.
All right.
It might have just been something as simple as like pickpocketing a noble that was visiting or something like that.
You're a handyman. You did a lot of drywall repair
Yeah.
during your time in the old Brown. All right. I'm gonna roll for you, Keo. If that's okay.
Yes, I am driving. I appreciate that.
You got a 7, so this is gonna be good.
Uh-oh.
You suffered a tragedy. Roll on the tragedies table. This is my kind of roll right here.
Oh man, why do I keep getting tragedies? I
That's
try
right,
to
you
live
did
a
get.
very soft life.
Well, I think that's kind of what drove you to this monkhood. Okay. Oh, look, this is really good. I think this could work. All right, you did something that
You
brought
lost a
terrible.
limb.
Close.
You did
Oh,
You're,
something.
no.
you're a eunuch.
He's a monk. It's the same thing. You did something that brought terrible shame to you and the eyes of your family. You might have been involved in a scandal, dabbled in dark magic, or offended someone important. The attitude of your family members towards you becomes indifferent at best, though they might eventually forgive you. So, what would Flowers have done?
Hmm. Let me think here. So my wait, my family is already ravaged by the war or by the bandits.
Yes. Now this could be this could be before or after the war.
Well, that's true.
You-
Okay.
Your choice.
Okay.
You could have been the
So-
one. You could have been the one to bring on the war or something stupid like that. Oops.
That's actually, you know what? I kind of like that direction, actually. So I was trying to find a way to, just get some easy early riches in life.
Uh-huh.
They're not really riches. I mean, from my humble town, it would have been considered comfortable
Yes.
wealth. And so what I had done is actually gone out trying to become a merchant, bringing along
Okay.
different
Okay.
things, little things I'd kind of crafted in my, young adulthood that I thought, I might be able to sell this for a little bit of,
Yeah.
some pence here and there.
Okay.
And I put these things together and it came with a good story behind the things. So I guess I've always been a bit of a snake oil salesman already from early on.
Right.
So I see the smoke rising as I'm traveling towards a town, and I decide, well, that's closer. I don't have to travel as far. Great, let's go here instead. And it's a
All right.
camp. It's actually quite a robust camp. There's as you get spread out, and I go to one of the more outer rings of where the campfires are.
Are you a
And
gypsy?
No, I was just traveling to town, but I saw these campfires along the way and decided this will be easier instead of going to town. I don't have to go as far.
I like
So
that you constantly take the path of least resistance.
that's the Flowers way. So I go there and I immediately start trying to peddle things like, just little, I don't know, trinkets I put together with like little rocks saying that there's something that they're not. And to these very tough individuals that seem to have a lot of, I realized later it was probably things that they had pillaged, but I was thinking that they had money. And tell them, oh yeah, I have loads of things back in my hometown. In conversation, I just tell them about where I'm from, where it is, and that comes from. I can easily bring more things back. Well, not realizing what I had done, they know where I'm from and that there's plenty where it comes from. And I'd also, what they'll come to realize later, swindled them on faulty craftsmanship and overall fake knockoff
Yes.
products.
Yes. Thank you.
And so, and I come back to my family and tell them all about what I've done. And the elders realize the danger of what may have just occurred. And shortly after realize that I'm the one, they hear the,
Oh, that's so
they
great.
realize these people are coming to town and everybody turns their eyes on me as the town essentially just gets held at spear point.
Nice. Thank you. That is great. That is perfect for Flowers. Really, I really love this character you're creating.
it's that's Flowers.
All right. So Corey, why don't you roll a D100? Just
How do-
put
how do you roll?
exclamation point D100.
Flat.
Flat 6.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
Another tragedy. All right, give me a D12, Corey. 8. A terrible blight in your home community caused crops to fail and many to starve. You lost a sibling or some other family member. Nice.
Okay.
Let's see.
Magic.
Just one.
It says you lost a sibling or another family member, so I would say 1 for now. Unless you want.
I lost my sister.
Okay. What was the blight? What was the blight?
It was locusts.
All right.
The locusts ate all the crops, and it turned the purely agricultural town into a dust bowl, and probably
Nice.
run at 20s.
He had to pack up and head west. Oh yeah.
Head west,
No,
young
I
man.
don't know. It was the water. Our water was poisoned, or that's what everyone thinks anyway. But we don't know for sure. But somehow or another, the water became contaminated,
Okay.
and it gave everyone, gave a lot of people this terrible
Chlamydia.
sickness.
That sounds like some medieval way the man would be like, "Oh, it must have been the water, honey. I don't know why. I don't know why you got that. It was definitely the water."
All I can imagine is that this character came from that town where we played that campaign where we were all villains, and our plot was to poison the water.
Yes.
There you
Oh
go.
man,
We're tying it back.
tied it into that
We're
story.
tying it back. And this blight in particular left like this black residue along your esophagus and your neck, and eventually you just kind of died. We don't really do autopsies around here, so we don't really know how exactly.
You can't desecrate the dead. You can't
It
desecrate
was
the dead.
super excruciating, and so seeing a very close, my twin sister,
All right.
pass
Ooh.
away so painfully, was pretty traumatic.
Yeah, except when she comes back as the inevitable villain. Yes. I'm just kidding.
No, no.
I'm just kidding.
You only
It's your
thought she died.
sister! No! It's such an overplayed trope. Why? All right. Good. All right. Awesome stuff right there, guys. I appreciate it.
Your twin is totally coming back.
No, he saw her suffer an excruciating death. I think that's enough. Now, if she comes back as a zombie.
Say, necromancers are here.
It was actually a necromancer that poisoned the town.
Yeah. Oh, Kia just spoiled everything. The whole twist. No, that's not what happens, Kia. None of that's right. We have to end the session.
Did you come from Luke Kemen?
That place is infested by spiders now, Kia. Nobody goes to Luke Kemen.
Wait, that wasn't retconned? No, I'm kidding.
No.
or mulliganed.
No, that was just a belay. That was it.
You know what? We
It's the-
laugh about
the
that.
most memorable D&D session we've ever had was retconned. It's literally the most memorable D&D session we've ever
Yeah.
had.
It's probably memorable because it was retconned.
Yeah, that's one of
okay.
those episodes that doesn't make the cut for the series.
No,
just-
I think it absolutely does.
I'm sure we recorded it, and it's probably
Oh,
on
we
our
did.
YouTube channel.
I would almost guarantee. Let's
The thing
see.
is, we remember it so fondly, but it was probably just all combat, like the whole session.
It was.
Just
No,
all
It
combat.
was.
And now I'm just saying, like, so it was recorded, so we're like, oh yeah, let's go back and listen to it. It's probably one of the driest episodes that you could listen
yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Dusty.
to. Very
Wouldn't-
dusty.
I'm not actually gonna listen to it, but it was more like I know it's there. kind of thing.
No. The recording that you need is the session after when Kyo's like, yeah, so none of that happened. Good
Yeah.
times.
Oh,
What a
sorry,
blast.
we got us really off track again.
Sorry.
We do that
So
really
you got-
well.
We're very good at that. See, I'm always
Well,
worried
okay,
that I'll.
I was just saying, our fan, our longtime listener fan, especially the one in France, probably really appreciates that.
I'm always worried going into like the day of the session. I'm like, man, do I have enough material to cover stuff? Do I have enough stuff to keep me entertained? And I should always remember is like we say 9, and we're consistently 9:45 when we're finally together, and then now we're maybe gonna start at 10. So I got like an hour of stuff I gotta work with. That's it. I can do that.
We're
By the end
probably
of this-
we're probably less a D&D campaign as much as we're just a talk show.
We're like
There's like a
the nerd version of The View.
there's a segment where we talk about some characters and roll some dice for
Holocaust
like
wasn't
10
about
minutes.
race.
The Holocaust wasn't about race. Absolutely. All right, so let's bring it back on topic. So, like I said, you guys ended up at the exit of the alleyway near the foamy mug, where Gavin Dustone has revealed himself to be a member of the League of the Lesser, which is a well-known thieves guild operating within Coreholt. Probably the most popular of thieves guilds because they've done a lot to help the lower class people. Imagine a Robin Hood type of guild like that. So,
So are there other thieves guilds?
oh yes, plenty of other thieves guilds.
I'm kind of gushing
Uh,
right now because as a street urchin, I've always kind of looked up to the League of the Lesser and kind of dreamed about joining their ranks. So I'm kind of like starstruck right now.
You're fanboying it right now. Good. So he turns to you, he's like, Gavin Dustone, representative of the League of the Lesser. What you did here was quite heroic. You saved many lives.
Wait, what?
Wait, I'm really glad that that's his perception.
I mean, Mr. Gavin, sir, Gavin, sir, yes, happy to be of service. The name's Aldrich,
That's all.
and I stick up my
Oh.
hand to shake his hand.
Oh, and he shakes it very thankfully, because even though you guys are very much aware that this riot was caused, the people were armed because of you. The riot started because of you. It's essentially all of your fault. You still, in his eyes, he doesn't know that, and you managing to save a couple hundred people is actually kind of a big deal. So he shakes your hand, pats you on the back. He's human, so he's about 6 foot tall. He's kind of well kept for what you would imagine a thief to be. Not smooth talking by any means.
He's handsome.
But he's got some charm, some roguish charm. He's got glint in his eye, that glint in his eye.
It's the way he
Okay.
wiggles his lips.
He's actually the hip wiggler.
The hip wig. He's got quite a swagger to how he walks.
I look at the hand he shook, and I'm just like, oh, never gonna wash this hand again.
Did you say that out loud?
Maybe under my breath.
Or is it while his hand is still out, I actually kind of pet myself by walking underneath his hand real quick.
And you arch your back a little bit.
Just a little. A bit of a head side to side thing.
You look up at his hand and like look at his nails, and then you like nudge up your nose into his nails, and then stand up on your hind legs. And...
Really embracing the tabaxi.
Oh my gosh! Yes, that's.
And
And
so
as
he,
I'm Oh,
good
sorry.
idea.
I was just saying, as I do this, I say, it's all thanks to the map I created, and I pull that map that I had made.
You
Um,
made.
no, Jason. This is not Audric's map that Audric made. This is the map that I made, that
Okay.
Flowers made. um, so I pull that out. I show it to him. See, that's thanks to this map. And
Well, good. It was quite heroic of you. Do you have a place we could meet that's a little bit more discreet? I'm kind of far away from headquarters right now, and we need to talk about some things. Your heroism today just kind of shows you may be the kind of figures that could join our ranks to help overthrow the king.
Can we meet back at the inn? What was that inn that
Well,
we were at?
Last week we kind of discussed that we weren't going to go back to the inn because that was going to probably be a hot spot or
a lot of
or-
attention on
yeah,
it.
just because it's already been
Gotcha.
attacked twice, and so there's just been this riot,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
I think we discussed that was probably going to be their first place they would have gone after.
The closer we are to danger, the farther we are from harm.
So we
The
were
last
going to
thing that
go
they say.
to the Sonari house because they kind of indicated that they don't agree with what the king's doing.
Yes.
So
So
I-
they made a
Oh,
big
yes.
scene. They made a big scene at the planned executions where they turned their back and left the meeting in a dramatic show of defiance to the king. So yes, from what you saw, they definitely don't look too friendly with the king.
Although it could mean that the king is going to target them next, potentially. They've kind of, in the same way that the inn is a target, and now so the family is publicly shown contempt for the king, it might not be a good idea to go there either.
Do I, Audric, have
At least
like
meet with this person there. Now we can go there
a
and
tent or something that I would have been living out of on the streets that we could go to?
Let's see.
with Dirty Mike and the boys.
A tent. A tent. You
Cardboard box.
you could give me what was your skill that you had? Not skill, but what was that one thing you had about not getting lost or something?
City
Survival?
secrets.
Hmm.
City secrets.
Okay, what was that again exactly?
I know the secret patterns and flow to cities and can find passages through the urban sprawl that others would miss. When I'm not in combat, me and my companions I lead can travel between any two locations in the city twice as fast as our speed would normally allow.
Okay. Why don't everyone, if you guys are looking for a place to maybe hide out and discuss some stuff, why don't you guys give me like an investigation check?
Alright.
Would anybody like to roll for Flowers?
What's his bonus? I got a 14.
I got a 2.
All right. Let's
Do you have any
see.
bonus to that? Oh, minus
Yeah,
one.
-1.
All right. Keo, Flowers has an investigation of -1 as well.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's using intellect as a dump stat lately.
I have a +1.
Yes,
I
you
got a
do.
14.
You got a 14. All right. So you guys kind of travel back down the alleys, and you're able to find like this back door, like this area. Could be a house, but it seems pretty empty. And you guys can dip in there for discussion, out of the way of any cretins that are skulking around the alleys.
Does this house look lived in?
It's pretty far back. It could be like when you get deep into the underbelly. Well, you can give me a perception check actually.
Okay.
Just a heads up, I'm going to be
I must
going over a
spot
bridge
for-
here soon.
Ooh, 20.
And then another.
Alright.
Ooh.
Not nat, but 20.
All right. Audric and Flowers.
What are we doing?
Perception check. I wanted to see if the house looks lived in.
No, you just say perception check, so there's an air of mystery.
Alright. So Flowers got a 9 and Audric got an 11. So, from your understanding, I gotta remember your name, Gwydion.
Gwydion stuff.
You look around Gwydion, and it definitely looks like it's lived in, but nobody's home. But it's still very dirty. You can definitely tell that whoever lives here is not well off, as they live in the underbelly of the city.
I explained to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. You're good.
I was just gonna say I was gonna explain to Gavin as we were walking through the alleys that I'm kind of in between homes at the moment as I'm finishing up this high-profile job. We're trying to take down the king. Kind of a big deal.
Hey, look, Riley just rolled.
I wonder if he's watching me. Oh man.
Ooh, 25. Wish he was here
Nice roll.
with a +6.
Nice job, man. Wait a minute, why did you get a +6, Riley?
You just gave him
Jeez.
some +6.
Oh, bastard.
And so
Look
then I
at
come
Riley.
across this old home, and I was like, this is kind of where we're staying for the evening. And I try the door like I live there, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to open or not.
Are you trying to impress Gavin right now?
Yes.
Alright. Alright, so you guys get in there, and he's really not, he's probably seen worse places, so he's not totally caught off guard by this. And
Sorry for the mess. We've been out for a couple days now, so I apologize.
and so he turns to you all and is like, listen, what we saw was an absolute slaughter. The people were not prepared at all. We can't just have a mindless rabble armed with pitchforks, and it looked like some of them had table legs.
I have no idea whose idea that was.
Those were clubs. Those were clubs that they had.
It was not well put together. This sort of rebellion will be put down without regard to life. The king will continue to do this unless we do something, and you all, I think, could help the League of the Lesser accomplish this goal. There are multiple avenues we need to explore, we need to talk about. Would you all be interested in doing some work?
Yes.
What kind of work?
He's kind of caught off guard by your quick response. Like, oh, okay, that's one of the people set to be executed. Destrian Kingseeker was one of our agents working within the palace. Destrian, yes.
Kingseeker?
Keen, Keen, Seeker.
Destrian Kingseeker.
That's it. Yep, you got it. Was one of our agents that was captured inside the castle grounds. Fortunately, or unfortunately, we're unsure of his whereabouts, but more important to his safety right now, his family, along with several other families of members or quote suspected members of the League of the Lesser, are being sent to a labor camp far outside of Korholt.
Is this the family that turned their back during the?
No, that was House Sonoria. It's one of the most powerful houses in Korholt. This is not a power. This is not a family house.
Gotcha.
The king has cracked down hard on the League of the Lesser recently, and it's very hard for us to navigate in and out of the city without attracting unwanted attention. And the more attention we attract, the more our own families are in danger. We need people that are not attached to the League of the Lesser to perform this function, to break these families out of this. Either stop them before they get to the labor camp or break them out of the labor camp. It doesn't matter, but we need to rescue these families to instill confidence in our members so that we can continue to function within the city. If we are not able to do this, the League of the Lesser will struggle to continue to recruit talented individuals such as yourselves and put ourselves in position to overthrow the king.
let's just say, Mr. Gavin, sir, hypothetically, that let's say that these individuals that you hired for this job that are not associated with the League of the Lesser yet, let's say they do a good job on said assignment, and then they really impressed the leader of the League of the Lesser. Would they then be considered for future admittance into the League of the Lesser, Mr. Gavin, sir?
Let's just say, and he's kind of like peeking at. He kind of cracks open the door, peeks out, and he's like, "Well, let's just say that we could already be considered working with each other, and that this is more of a think of it as a tryout with very serious repercussions to failure."
I am very serious, Mr. Gavin, sir.
I'd
Please
like to
stop.
know about the serious repercussions.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you're caught, it'd be death to you and death to the families of the labor camp. I mean, that's to be expected. But if this is not done, it will deal a serious blow to the League of the Lesser, and we need your help.
Why would you trust us with this task and not your own members within your ranks?
Because we're having a tough time. Our people are being heavily monitored by the king right now, in and out of the city of Korholt. If we attract much more attention, if our individual members start attracting any more attention, it puts more families at risk. And our members are becoming less and less willing to leave the city and put their own families and friends at risk. That's why we're actively trying to recruit new members, and we're hoping that you three would be willing to take on the task. I saw the work you all did with that crowd and how you led those people out. And I know that if you three are willing to put your lives on the line for those people, then I know that you can be trusted for something like this.
Do you have any sources to get us in and out of the city unnoticed?
Well, not Falcorn, Gwydion, I happen to be kind of an expert at getting in and out of the city. I make sure that I say that so Gavin can hear me.
I mean, I have a couple invisibility spells that I think I could muster.
I'm a
Yeah,
little
you guys-
bit new here. I don't know if that's. I'm gonna really trust that you guys know where you're going.
Well, I only say that because I've got that the city's secret background.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, that's good. If you guys ever want to travel up to out into the country, I do know a few good spots. That's about it.
Couple wineries.
I like that in the middle of this guy talking. You guys
Your
have a
cat
conversation.
just jumped up against and tried to undo the door handle. Your cat just jumped up and tried to unlock the door.
It's key. It's Keo. It's flowers.
Wait, what? It cut out for a second. What were you saying about the door handle?
The cat in the background of DJ's video, the cat jumped up and tried to grab the door handle, the door to his right. After this, you need to go back and get that video, or Jason.
There's no video.
Not being
I thought-
recorded.
Oh.
It's just audio being
Gave-
recorded.
Gave up.
I mean, we're still being recorded, but it's just audio.
So
yeah.
he looks at Flowers, who's invited people out to the
Was that
wineries
role
he
play?
has. Yeah. That one's got some serious spelling problems.
I think I just shit myself.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Little post-traumatic shits. I get this too.
I was holding it this entire time. I didn't want to embarrass you. I didn't want to embarrass you, Aldrich.
Yes, about in and out of the city. Maybe
he's still here.
he's like trying to get your guys' attention as you guys are like clearly like comparing bowel movements at this point. He's like, listen, we don't have much time. We don't have much time to. If you're asking about how to leave Korhold right now, you're going to need documentation if you don't find a side passage out. Now, you could, but this new documentation has some sort of magic that the droids can identify, and select people have it. Wealthy families may have it. The royal guards would have access to these sort of documents. You could even find some of the farmers having to come in and out of the city to sell their crops would also have documentation. But we've had trouble because of our reputation. The farmers have been less likely to help us because they don't want to attract any unwanted attention as well. Obviously, our relationship with the wealthy families of Korholt is not one of mutual understanding, and the royal guards have pretty much want to kill us on sight. So, as you can see, we are not the best at acquiring such documentation.
Leave it to us, Mr. Gavin.
And he's like, good. Leave as soon as you can, but we must cut this meeting short. We have to. If people notice we've been gone for too long, or if any droids are suspicious, I'm afraid that we could draw some unwanted attention our way. So I think we should go our separate ways. And
Yes.
once you're able to free the prisoners, we'll be in touch.
But,
All right, let's get
how-
out of
how
here
are- how are
before
we going to
homeowner
contact
gets
you?
home.
We'll contact you. And he
Ooh.
flips you a coin and makes this really badass, like flourishing cloak movement out of the door, down into the alley, and you're kind of starstruck.
Damn. So cool. Well, I think that we
Okay,
should
so this-
either try to get in touch with the Sonari family because they've already proven that they are against what the king's doing, or we could try our luck with the farmers.
Well,
Well,
Anybody
the
have any-
farmers aren't going to willingly give it up, so we'd have to steal from them, which isn't quite the MO of the League of the Lesser. We would probably frown on that. So we're probably better off asking for identification from the Sonari, but perhaps by the time that we get back from our excursion, the Sonari could potentially be in trouble. We have to act quickly.
those are good points. I personally prefer maybe getting to know this. I mean, this is a really well-known family in the city, right? These are nobles.
Yes, yeah. These are one of the 5 major houses of Korhold.
Well, I absolutely think we should certainly
Are
get
the
to know the Sonaris a little
other
better.
4 noble houses still intact, or like what is their standing in the city right now?
Yes, all the other 4 houses are intact. They all have various roles within the government. None of them, besides House Sonari, have been open to this level of.
When you say that they all have roles in the government, do the Sonari have roles in the government?
Yes.
Do
Yes.
we know what that role is?
You can give me a history check, and I'll tell you a little bit about House Sonari.
I mean, I mean, if the king is that paranoid, he's probably already cracking down on the Sonari. For such a reckless or just such a display of contempt, there's probably they're probably all dead.
I think the king has enough blood on his hands for one day.
I mean,
But-
I think it seems that the most resources are going to be coming from the Sonari family.
Yeah.
I believe we should be going there to their cozy section of the district, and
I need the rest of you to make. I need to make a
Oh God.
history roll.
I was gonna say the homeowner's getting home.
I'm gonna make a history roll for you, Kia.
Combat.
You got a 4 as well.
Ooh, that kind
All
of
up to
fits.
you.
I don't know anything about this town.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, none of us know anything.
All right. What you know of? You kind of wanted to know House Sonari and their role within the government. So, as they came to prominence with Duncan Sonari about
We
200
we
years ago.
definitely got that name wrong.
Yeah, you don't. They rose to prominence. You remember a little bit about some vampires taking over the city. The captain of the guard at one point was helping. And after the vampire takeover was taken care of, the Songsteel family was tied to the Kallenstein. Riot's Songsteel's abdication. You're getting bits and pieces of this. Something about that, and then something about like maybe the captain of the guard. And you're not exactly sure past that. But so they've kind of held the captain of the guard position throughout the Korholshan history for the last 200, 150, 200 years. And so one of the captain of the guard now was planned to be executed. He was the one that was going to be executed. And so because the king obviously is no longer trusting of a lot of people around him, especially of the powerful houses, but you do know from your role that while the king is powerful, he may not be powerful enough to take on all 5 houses at once. And so, while Sonari was, basically a proverbial slap in the face there at the execution, probably they may be okay for the time being until the king kind of consolidates a little bit more power. So that's again,
Kind of
you
a
got
codependence still happening between
yeah,
a lot of these members.
So that's kind of what you gathered on. You're trying to remember everything you could about House Sonari. That's what you remember.
Well, I think
Do
that
they
we
have-
should definitely. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Q.
No, it was completely unimportant. I was going to ask, do they have any cool? Do they have a cool crest or anything?
Can you draw us the crest on the spot right now, DJ?
Let me see if I have a crest.
Now
I
draw it to us how we would remember it.
It doesn't matter. You will remember it incorrectly.
Well, I
There's
think.
a snake with some wings eating its own tail.
Something. Oh, was that? What was that reference to?
Wheel of Time.
Well, no, actually, it
Ew.
was a mix between Wheel of Time and the Quetzalcoatl.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you guys? Are you really asking about their crest? Or you just
No, I was just throwing it in there for a little flavor.
because it's a dark blue shield with a rising sun on the middle of it.
Okay. That sounds really. Actually, sounds really nice. Sounds like they could open up hospitality, like places with that.
Well, I believe that if we're going to go to the Sonari estate for aid, we should probably clean ourselves up using the resources we have available to us presently at this home. Just so we don't
I
just so we look a little more presentable.
I'm going to say maybe we should find another solution. Personally speaking, myself, I don't know if this is quite the level that we need for
This
making
is
ourselves
not
presentable.
sustainable.
I'm not saying we're staying here like for a week. I'm just saying let's get washed up and change or something and get clean before we go over to a prominent family member's house and try to make a plea for help.
Okay, well that does seem to be reasonable to clean up a little bit. I think I just realized where are we staying as the? Do we have like spots at the inn? I mean, I know Audric doesn't, but
You have spots at I mean, right now the owner of the foaming mug has completely disappeared.
well, that's true. We got a free room and board.
And the inn is closed because there's no one there to run it, unless you guys decide that's something you guys want to do.
Hey,
But
heck, side story. Let's totally go away from the story. Open our own inn.
wait in the Winchester for all this to blow over.
Yeah.
We're just gonna side quest this until we've forgotten what we're like about the whole family and.
Not getting involved, not our problem.
Okay, well, in that case, maybe we should go back to the foamy mug and get
On
we
top of that, this kind of house isn't the kind of place you're gonna find water to clean up. You're gonna have to go find like a well or something to draw from.
Can I just do a quick perception check to see if there's like anything valuable lying around?
Yes,
Oh, very fitting.
that's let's see. That's more of an investigation.
Okay.
So make an investigation.
9.
All right. You looking for things of value?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
All right.
Just things to klepto.
There's nothing to klepto. Like you can't tell if you're looking at dirty sheets or dirty clothes. This is poverty you're looking at, and
This is advanced poverty.
yeah. So you don't find anything, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm
We're
definitely
heading
stepping
back to
out
the
while he's
foamy
doing
mug
this.
to prepare ourselves for the
All right.
safari.
Yeah, let's go clean up. Let's do a little pre-gaming.
All right. Before we just like brazenly walk up to the foamy mug, should we stealthily approach it just to make sure it's not already like being investigated?
Ooh, that's a good idea, Audric.
Like just let we act like we know the place. You know, when we just pretend to be supporters of the crown. And there's no if we sneak and get caught, we're gonna be sneaky. But if we act like we own the place,
I feel like people
And
who
just
attend the foamy mug are not supporters of the king based on the previous evening.
I'm gonna jingle around the coins in my pocket, make it seem like I've got the keys to the place as we're going up there.
All right. So you guys are acting like you own the place, huh?
that's
Does
not
that
what
get-
Jason wanted to do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna act like.
Are you going around back, Jason? Are you gonna try to sneak in the back or something?
Well, I just wanted to scout out the place to make sure that there weren't
Okay,
like guards already there.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Uh,
You can all give me a perception check.
I mean, if the
We
place
don't-
looks
let- we
fine, then
just-
I don't
like,
mind
let's just- we
sauntering
don't-
in.
let's-
But
Well,
if
I don't want to
it's-
sneak around. I want to walk
Yeah.
around like.
You're
and
scouting it out,
scope
and
it.
then you'll advance.
Yeah.
Scope
yeah,
it out.
that's all I want to
and
do. I'm not sneaking.
yeah.
I'm just scouting first.
All right.
Perception
Yes.
13.
All right, and flowers. You got a 13 as well. Okay.
Okay.
That thing's not working for you real well, but you look out, you kind of peep outside and look around, and there doesn't appear to be any guards around the foamy mug. Doesn't seem to be scouted out at all. So you guys
Okay.
can.
So see, yeah, that's fine. Let's just walk on in.
Okay.
But you guys are acting like you own the place, right? That's
Yep,
kind of that confidence. Trying to.
Yeah.
So you guys approach. You're not puffing out your chest, but you definitely embracing the role of owner or proprietor of the establishment, and you're doing it so well. You know, somebody stops and asks you if the foamy mug's gonna be open tonight.
What was the owner's name again?
Jack?
Jacqueline Boulderdown.
Yes,
That's
it's
right.
they're gonna meet out front. Everyone's meeting out front for the foamy mug.
Yeah, I'm one of Jacqueline's really close friends to help look over the place here.
I mean, we're not even gonna. We're not even gonna be here tonight. Who's gonna actually be here to serve drinks?
Is it locked? Is the door locked?
No, the door's not locked. You guys were the last people in it. So, I mean, you guys could decide if you guys locked it, but there's no key. So if you locked it, you probably would have had a secondary way to enter without drawing attention. So it's up to you how you guys left
No,
the
we
foamy
did not
mug.
lock it. I would have
We did not.
assumed that like the guards would have like put a padlock on it to keep people from gathering there or something.
Not yet. It's only happened last night, and since then there was that massacre in the square. So in terms
They're
of
a little busy.
priorities, it's not high up there.
Okay. We should really look into getting a. I'm not sure what sort of craftsman you would get on this, so we can have
For a lock.
have our own lock on here. Yeah, maybe get a
Yeah,
blacksmith on that.
You could definitely go to a blacksmith to have that done if you were serious about it.
Okay.
I'm going
Well,
to tell
you
the
know.
random person that we're not open at the moment until Jack gets freed from prison.
Okay. Oh, darn, that's bollocks! Bollocks, please! There's
Well,
just
why?
no end.
Wait, I'm gonna ask him. Are you a regular?
Regular. No, I used to work here.
Oh.
Ew.
So he really knows Jack.
I'm glad we got that
You're a
information.
good friend of Jack. How's Melissa doing?
Yeah, good.
Poor soul passed away.
Should we give this guy a promotion, and that way we can still run the foamy mug while we're out locking up the Sonari?
Yes, we
He's gonna-
make him think he's gonna run the foamy mug.
Yep. He's under our management now.
You know what? Jack has said such wonderful things about you. How about a promotion?
A promotion? What?
Yes. What was your former role?
Well, I was just I was cleaning the mugs in the back.
Well, now you are head mug cleaner and bartender.
Head bartender? Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
this is
You will
wonderful.
report directly to the three of us until Jack is freed. That's what she said to us.
It's yours
Unfortunately,
to
though,
earn.
this is an unpaid position until Jack gets.
It's an internship.
This would be a great resume builder.
Think about this. Think about the exposure you'll get.
Well, what you mean you couldn't pay me at all if I if I pay out drinks or if I get the drinks I think I could organize this. I've got a couple friends. Do you mind if they come help? And they could.
Well, that's what the responsibility of a head bartender. Of course you can.
But I mean, you wouldn't pay me for that. That just seems a little.
No, you pay yourself. You pay yourself out of the earnings.
No. Be careful with that one.
Oh, okay. Good. Yes. And what were your names? How do you know Jacqueline?
Oh, no, Jack.
Jack and I go way back.
Oh, Jackie boy.
Jack's a girl.
She used to be like that when we were little. She used to be a little tomboy. So it's just what I used to call her. Oh, Jackie boy, 'cause she liked it.
We go to her room and she's got pictures of fairies all over it.
It was a younger phase, you know. You know what people are.
Good.
This is good. So we're, you know what? Maybe let's do a little huddle, guys.
I
Maybe
think
we
this is
keep
going
this running
swell.
Maybe we keep this running as a bit of an
Animals.
underground operation. Make it, that's that's the appeal of the place. It's a bit of a speakeasy sort of a setup now. I'm not sure if that's the right, anachronism, but
Vernacular, yeah. Okay.
All
right.
But
Or
we're
we
gonna
could
run this.
change, or we could change the image of the bar to be totally pro king, so it's the last place that they look, and perhaps king-like dignitaries will meet there, and we could, do some wet work.
Give discounts to the royal guards. They get free drinks. But they don't
Yeah.
drink, so.
Then we
Alright.
gather them there. We gather all the guards there, and then we burn the place down.
That escalated pretty quick.
That took an unexpected turn.
I wasn't
No, that took
really...
an exactly expected turn. That's exactly where I expected to go, but just maybe not to that level. That seemed like a couple steps down. Doesn't matter.
happened really quick. Well, what about let's run this place as two different businesses. One during the day, one at night. Crow King during the day. It's our own little thing at night.
Rule number 1: no one talks about the foamy mug.
There you go. Well, let's at least maybe keep the doors open for now. Is this what we're doing? We're gonna keep. What was the guy's name? This dishwasher.
He just goes by Shiva.
Shiva.
Yes.
Well, Shiva, congratulations on your promotion. You know, I'm famished. Let's see what kind of work you're able to do in the kitchen.
All right. Yes. Yes. Right away. What would you like?
Ah,
I know Flowers
I'm
loves his
lost for
sausages.
words. I guess I have had enough sausage lately, but chef's decision.
All right. Okay. Let's go see
A
what
true
we have.
test
then, I
of your
guess.
skills.
All right. Let's get a 20 side and see how he does. We'll call this an intellect check.
I'd like to yell in there. This isn't an interview or
Nice.
anything, but it's kind of an interview.
It's a working interview.
All right. So he goes in the back. You hear kind of the hearth in the back fire up, gets the fire stoked, and gets the pot, and then he brings out this
The pot,
The-
huh?
this big kettle. And he brings out like this very creamy potato soup.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
This nice level of like he even found some cheese in the back.
What?
It's kind of shredded on top of it. It's got
Okay.
this real creamy texture, real rich in flavor. You can tell he really knows his way around the herbs. In fact, like this may be an unfound calling of his. The soup looks so good, tastes so good.
Did you roll a nat
Oh.
20 or something?
Probably. No, you rolled an 18 though.
That's awesome. I'm starting to. I'm involuntarily starting to purr a little bit.
Licking the soup, you're licking the bowl. Like,
And like as he licks it, like scoots the bowl. With every lick, he's scooting the bowl.
I try a spoonful, but I don't want Shiva to get a big head, so it's wonderful, but I just tell her it's okay.
okay. Well, thank you.
Don't listen to him. It's great. That was kind of black bushes. Sorry.
Comes out every now and then.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can have a whole pot of this prepared for tonight. If we want to open this thing up with a bang.
Well, that sounds lovely.
We'll leave
Okay,
that
are we
to
gonna-
you. We have other plans for the evening.
Well, it'll be our alibi.
Ooh, yes.
Okay. Good call.
Nice.
I like not getting suspicion drawn to our names.
Yes, you prepare the pot, but don't come to us for any questions whatsoever. We will be very busy doing managerial things.
See that shut door? Don't open it.
Don't ever open it. We'll
That's
do
where
like
we'll be.
we'll be doing like the Home Alone thing. We'll make it look like look. The cat just tried to do it again. The cat just tried to open your door. Did you guys see that? Come on, why aren't you? DJ's the only one with his camera up.
I wasn't looking at DJ. I was looking at my stats.
Come on, you guys.
I'm not looking at that right now. Unfortunately, my eyes are distracted by.
The road.
I just got
The
home.
road.
Oh, those pesky distractions.
Did you say you just got home, Keo?
Yes.
Oh, that's not that bad of a commute. Damn.
No, it wasn't actually. It was nice tonight.
I saw it that time.
The cat.
So
Come
what?
on,
So should we get ready for our visit?
The night tonight, yes.
I was talking to you guys, not Shiva.
Eva goes back and starts preparing, getting stuff prepared, and you hear him shout from the other room. I'll make sure we have plenty of help today as well. It could be a great reimagining of the foamy mug. I always thought Jacqueline had it, stuck in the past with glorifying the former heroes. I think it's time for a good change. Yes, and I think we're on the right path. You guys seem like you really know what you're doing.
This can only go badly. But I go upstairs and get cleaned up and wash myself and get ready for the visit to the Scenaries.
Okay. Corey and Keo.
I do the same. I don't have many nice clothes though.
I don't either, but I'm still gonna wash off the dirt and blood from the massacre.
Yeah, that's probably a good point. So you guys take a nice hot bath. The copper tubs really retain the heat nice, and you kind of soak in all the stress of today's slaughter. Just kind of oozes out of your bones and feels
Nice Epsom salt bath.
We
so
should
you
take
you
a
feel
bowl of this soup with us to the Scenari house. A good soup is a great way to introduce oneself to when first meeting a stranger.
good point. So you get a nice Tupperware bowl, and
Hey Shiva, can you box this up for me, please? I'm going to be taking it into the back room where you're not going to be opening the door because we'll be very, very, very busy.
yes, of course, absolutely. And I don't know what medieval version of a to-go box would be.
Like a porcelain pot with a big
Yeah.
almost like the Winnie the Pooh honey jars.
Yeah, yes, that's what it is. Thank you. Winnie the Pooh honey jar gives you a nice jar of that and hands it off, and is like, "Is there anything else you all need before I get busy? I've got to go find a few helpers tonight, but I think people will be excited to have the foamy mug back. Is there anything in particular you want me to do tonight?"
Just run things like normal. But remember, if you have any questions, please do not disturb us. We will be very, very busy, and if we should be interrupted at any point, the foamy mug will just perish. Like,
A typical manager, yes, yes. Keo, are you there, Flowers? I figured because he got home, he would disappear on us.
Flowers.
Since Keo's not here, I think I know we didn't play super long, but I think it's a good stopping point before we enter the next phase of this.
all right, join us next week.
Yes.